What do you do when you want a print then cut, but somewhere inside you want something cut out while everything else is printed and then cut around the border? That's what we're going to cover in this video. Good day, good people. Thank you for joining me for another video here on the SVG Tuts YouTube channel. I am Phaedra Dion, owner and lead educator here at SVG Tuts. So let's dive right in. I am in Cricut Design Space using the free version, and I'm going to go to images and I'm going to find myself a butterfly that is free. I like this one. It says free, so I'll click it. I'll add to canvas. Then I will view my canvas, and I added it twice, so I'll get rid of one. So this is going to be the cutout of my print then cut. So I'm going to move it over to the side, and I will duplicate it, and I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm going to get the oval, and then I am going to change the size of the oval. I'm just going to unlock it, unlock the proportion, and change the size to 5, and then I'll lock it back, and then I'll make 3 copies of this. And what I want to do is I'm going to leave one as is. With the next one, I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. With the next one, I'm going to turn it 45 degrees. And with this one, I'll make it 135 degrees. And then I will select all 4 and go to align and center horizontally and vertically. And now that I have them all together, I'm going to go to combine here at the bottom right, and I'm going to weld. And now I have a little flower. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to change its size to 7 inches. And because it's square, it'll do 7 inches for height as for width. And now what I want to do is I want to put this butterfly in the middle. So I'm going to go to arrange and bring to front, and I'm going to put the butterfly in the middle. I want my flower to be a print then cut, and I want it to be orange. And I'm going to make my butterfly a little smaller. So I'm just going to go with 4 inches. And I'm going to do the same with this one, 4 inches in width. Now I want to select both my flower and my butterfly, and I'm going to align center horizontally and vertically, and then I'm going to put some text on this. So the font I'm using is free. It's called Carlson Black. So if you go in and you do a search, it'll come up. Since it was the last font I used because I wanted to practice this project before actually doing it, since it was the last one I used, it's the first one to come up. You guys can pick any font you want. If you want something different than what I picked, totally fine. So I am going to type be the change, and then I'm going to duplicate that. And in one, I'm just going to keep the word change, and in the other, I'm double clicking to get inside there. I'm going to keep be the, and be the is going to go up here, and change is going to go down here. Now I am going to turn be the and change, and I'll try to do the angle the same for both. So I'll go and look and see what I have. So I rotated this 351.1. I'm just going to go 352, and then I'll do the same for this one. Rotate will be 352, and then I want to curve the top one down 25, and I want to curve the bottom one up negative 25. You can pick whatever you want. If you don't think that looks good, then pick something else. I want to turn this a little bit more because change looks like it would be better right here. And I'm going to make it a little smaller too. Let's do 65 and 65. And let me go back to 352 for the rotation and see if at a smaller rotation, I'm going to bring it up a little bit over here. Okay. And now I'm going to stop being anal about it. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to select everything. And looks like it only let me select the weld. Okay, so I want to do weld, be the change, and not that one, but this one. I want to do print then cut on all of these. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to, before I flatten, I want to bring this basic cut over. So I'm going to move my basic cut to the top, and I'm going to turn this white. And I'm doing that so I can see it over the green. and I'm gonna try to get it right over and cover all the green. And then I'm going to delete the decorative butterfly, the print and cut version of the butterfly. And then I'm going to flatten all the print and cut together. And I'm going to leave the butterfly outside, but I can bring it to the top. And I'm really bad about saving my files, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, be the change. And I'm going to save it as version 2 because I already made a different one similar with butterflies and be the change. Okay, now I'm going to change, and I should have done this before I flattened it, so let me just unflatten. I'm going to change the color for change to white, which means nothing will print there, and so I'm going to print on a white piece of paper, and the flower will print, and the printer will just leave space for the letters because I don't have a printer that prints white. There are printers that print white. I don't have one though. Okay, so now I want to flatten these all together. And I left the basic cut out because if you put the basic cut in, then it will make it a print and cut. So now what I'm going to do with these two is I'm going to not flatten, but I'm going to attach. And then I'm going to choose make it. And it's going to show me what size mat I need. So it's telling me I need the 12 by 24 because of the size. If I wanted it smaller, then I would just go back, click cancel, go back, and it's showing me that the subtotal on this is $4.99. It has to be for the font. But when I looked up that font, it was free. So I would say if you don't want to pay the $4.99, use a different font. And I'm just gonna cancel and detach, then go back to the flattened layers and see if I can just change this to something else. It's very odd that it told me it was a freebie. See, it says free. Why it's asking me to pay for it, I have no idea. But let's just pick something else because it's just a demo, so you know how to cut out the part you want to cut out. Let me go back. Let me detach. The reason I need it to be free is because I won't be able to go to the screen where I can choose print and then get it to print. So let's do this. I'm just going to go to my system and find a font. And I was basically looking for something nice and thick, but it doesn't have to be nice and thick. I don't really see anything I like. So let's just do Impact. And I don't love it, but it'll work for demonstration purposes. So I will go back and flatten the 3 print and cut layers. I will hold down Control and select the decorative butterfly basic cut layer and attach, and then I'll choose make. There we go. Now I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't bring the butterfly back to the front. It doesn't matter because it's not going to show it to me since it's something that's going to be cut. It's only showing me stuff that's going to be printed. So I'm going to click continue and send to printer, and it's all this new information that Cricut Design Space is showing now. I'm just going to leave that unchecked because I actually might want to see it. And then I'm going to use system dialog, and it's telling me no printer found. That's because there's no printer hooked up to my laptop, and I'm actually remoted into my laptop. Okay, I can do a PDF, and I turned on use system dialog because that will allow me to change the print configuration to best print, high print, and anything else that I want to make sure happens. I keep the bleed on because the bleed is going to be around the flower. And then I print. And then once I print it, I come here and I select my base material. And then I print. And when I'm done, I get this. So I did the print and cut and scanned it instead of taking a picture of it. And as you can see, I put it on a black background so that you can see the black through the cutout. And what your machine will do is it will cut the cutout first, and then it will cut around whatever it is that is the border of your design. So you cannot put the basic cut inside the flattened print and cut layer. But what I did was create 2 layers so that I could put the cutout over the print and cut layer exactly where I wanted it to cut. That's why I put a butterfly on my canvas and duplicated the butterfly. So if you need help, leave me a comment. If you have questions, leave me a comment. And if you have comments, leave me a comment. And thank you so much for watching.